We have a really big problem because women with disabilities are absent. They are so busy dealing with their oppression, they are not at the table. And because they're not at the table, they're not being heard. They're being footnoted. So when it comes to who has to address this, it's a multi-stakeholder problem, and it's a multi-stakeholder approach that's required. Dawn Canada is going to continue to lead this on this issue, but we absolutely need the engagement, like I said, of provincial governments. The people who are focused on the violence against women response need to be, really brought to bear on the idea that they haven't done anything for women with disabilities, despite the fact that we've got the highest rates. There's a big problem with people really understanding the size and the scope. I think people think women with disabilities are this sort of little group over somewhere on the side, as opposed to 1/4 of all women in this country. And that's a modest estimate. If I say 25%, I know that's above Stats Can numbers, but it doesn't mean that it's not even higher than that. Recent research done by Angela Colantonio and Women at the Center is showing early indications that between 35 and 80% of all women who are going into shelters today likely have a brain injury. And they're not being screened, and that's not, again, the shelter's fault. That's a huge gap in policy and knowledge. There's a lot of education that needs to be done around these issues, and after that there's a lot of policy reform. And after the policy reform, there's the funding and the resources. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's something that's going to take a long view to change. But it's like I'm tired of Dawn being 33 years into our mission and still talking about change, as opposed to there being actionable change. More Than a Footnote for us was about trying to get a call to action going that resonates with everyone, where everyone can understand what has happened to women with disabilities, which is that we've been ignored, but that we can't be ignored anymore, because all of the research, everything we've heard from women with disabilities, everything we know is going on, tells us that there's something different that needs to happen, and that we can't be proud of how we respond to violence against women in this country unless we understand that a lot of those women have been up to today ignored. And not, like I said, out of malice of intent, but because people don't have the resources and the knowledge. That's what Dawn's role is we're here to transfer that knowledge and to transfer that responsibility onto the people who need to be doing that work.